Libra. This is a general reading for the sign of Libra. If you have Libra anywhere in your chart, or if you have come across this reading, there is a message here for you. There is something here for you. Spirit does work in wonderful and amazing ways like that. When there is a message for you, Spirit will use any means possible to get that message to you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Libra. Also, Libra, this month, the last quarter moon moves through the area of Gemini. When the moon moves through the coordinates of Gemini, we will be looking for change. We will want to change. We will want to add spontaneity to our lives. And we may be prone to be a little more talkative than usual. That is Spirit's way of having us move towards a deeper commitment, a deeper connection with those that are closest to us. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Libra. Also, Libra, when I'm doing my readings, this is just one aspect of your life, one aspect of the information, of the messages that Spirit is sending you. When I'm doing my readings, we focus a little more on you, a little more on the spiritual, and not so much on the drama, and not so much on the situations per se that are going on to your life, more on the effects that the situation is having on you, having on your life. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Libra. One more card for the sign of Libra. Thank you. Ooh, and the Ace of Cups, spiritual gifts. And the Wheel of Fortune is spinning for you, Libra. That is, I do like the Wheel of Fortune. I think that for the most part, we do have the ability, we do have the capability of reacting to situations that are going on around us and getting those situations to work for our benefit, to work for our good, depending on how we determine or how we decide to act on that. Let's see what we have going on and how that incorporates into your cards here. In your work life, look at all these pentacles here in your work life, Libra. You have taken on, your career has taken you on a new path. One that feels good, one that is rewarding. But it is asking you to redefine yourself and redefine your life's goals. And I think that that is why the wheel is spinning here for you in your work life, in your career, in your public life, in your professional life. The wheel is spinning. It's asking you to redefine yourself and your life's goals. And, you know, Libra, when, I think, did we talk about this last week a little bit with you too, about adding yourself in there. So when you're redefining your life's goals, when you're redefining your life's purpose, every time I think of the Libra, I think of the scales and the balance between the two scales. Well, look here, and we have the balance here. But adding a third aspect to that And so when we're thinking about home life and we're thinking about career and balancing, don't forget that quite possibly you are the yes, well, look here. Yes, and so we have the scales, we have the balance, but don't forget to add yourself in there, really is where I'm going with this, Libra. Um, it becomes unbalanced if the scale's not right. And so while you may be putting work and career and home and family life and balancing that, do not forget to add yourself into the mix. And maybe consider yourself as the scale itself. And when you're considering yourself as the scale, consider what it takes for a scale to be functional. What a scale needs to have the ability to find that balance. So really do consider, really add yourself into the mix. I think at this point, Libra, you have not been adding yourself into the mix. You have not been taking care of yourself. You have not been considering yourself. And this is a perfect time to consider and add yourself into the balancing act. And really take and make time to care for yourself physically, to care for yourself emotionally, to care for yourself spiritually. And why the wheel is spinning and why you're reevaluating in that and why those changes are happening. And it is while those changes are happening that you have the ability to add yourself in there. Because without you, the work doesn't matter. Without you, the home doesn't matter. Without you, the future doesn't matter. You. Focus on you. Take care of yourself. Add yourself into that mix. In your home life, in your private life, in your personal relationships, wheel is spinning, Libra, wheel is spinning. There's just feelings of jealousy and feelings of wanting to fight, feelings of anger, a lot of feelings. So I talk about this Tower card a lot. And so much like the wheel, when the wheel is spinning, our reaction to a circumstance will determine the outcome. But here we have seen that these people, while they look that they're falling to their death, they're not. They're falling to spirituality. They have decided to leave behind the walls. They leave behind the barriers that are holding them back, that are holding them captive. And they've taken the leap of faith. The leap of faith into a deeper meaning to life. The leap of faith into spirituality. You're taking that leap and you're moving into the future. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Once words are spoken, they cannot be taken back. A situation is going to arise, a situation is going to come about where you're going to be feeling jealous, you're going to be feeling threatened. Take this time to step back. We, Libra, we do not have to let fear and anger control us. We can prepare. Take this time to prepare. We can prepare how we're going to react in a way that is pleasing to us. And so, even though the situation might not be pleasing to us, and even though a situation is triggering us, even in those triggering moments, there is a split second where we have the decision on how we are going to react. And how we decide that we are going to react in that split second is what determines the outcome. And while the outcome may not be what we would like, we can always rest assured knowing that that outcome could have been worse, or it could have been different. And that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a pleasing situation, is just like, okay, you know, this might really bite the big one. I really didn't like how this ended, but I did like how I reacted to this situation. My actions, my words were pleasing to me during this situation. And we can get to that point, Libra. We can, by practicing, by reflecting on situations and how we are going to react to a given situation before it happens. So it's almost like practicing it. We know what our triggers are. We know what our triggers are. And so the next time that that situation arrives, or the next time that that trigger is activated, we have a prepared reaction, prepared words that we're just going to stick to the script. And when we do that, we do change the outcome of a situation because we have changed ourselves. Final thoughts, final messages. There's that balance, and it is taking time to know yourself. Take time to work yourself into that. And we have this beautiful sun card. I think, was it in last week, it's reading, Libra, you are in a position where the universe is lining up for you. God is bringing you in beautiful, wonderful spiritual blessings and abundance. And this is your time to access that. And so it's almost like a check. A check isn't good unless you cash it. And I think that the universe is bringing you that in, but it's still up to you to cash it. And as Venus goes stable September 3rd, but as Venus goes stable, we will be given the opportunity to see and learn inner sense, our inner essence. Okay, so in the ancient times, astrologers believed that when a planet went retrograde, it actually went into the underworld. And as the planet was in the underworld, it showed or shined a light on our shadow selves. And as a planet goes stable, it arises back. And as it arises back, we have the ability to see that shadow self, to see and to learn and to grow from our darker side and live a life that is more authentic to us. And I do believe that that is what that spiritual gift is. And so many times, especially if we've had a birth chart done, we will know that there's good aspects about our character and negative aspects about our character. And it's those negative aspects in our character, or those negative aspects in our birth chart, that we were actually sent to this life to work on, to resolve. And by looking at our shadow selves, we know what we can look at, what our weaknesses are, and we can make life choices and decisions to change those, to shift those. And that is the message that I have for the sign of Libra. Thank you, Libra. Leave in the comments, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind, and how are you going to bring yourself into the balancing of that equation? Thank you, Libra. You have a blessed week.